This is Poland Daily Business. My name is Aleksander Wierzejski. Welcome to the show. Our guest tonight is Professor Zbigniew Krysiak of Warsaw School of Economics, and we will talk about the Polish petrochemical giant ORLEN. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
The PKN ORLEN, or Polish petrochemical company that sells its products in Poland, Germany, Czech Republic, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. It's also active in more countries, but maybe less significant. Is going to purchase shares of LOTOS, another state-owned company that started to exist about 30 years ago after the fall of communism. Both companies split the fuel stations of the previous communist giant. And this deal came under scrutiny of European Union. The talks really started in 2018. After 2 years, we hear that the European Commission may allow Polish state company to purchase the shares of another company that belongs to Polish state. There is something that I cannot get. Why this is such a big deal that European Commission is taking care of it?
Yeah, first of all, let me highlight, that the European Commission is basically controlled by Germany, and the guys coming from Germany, so they try to protect the interests of the Germany. The second, we need to look into that, the merging, between PKN ORLEN and the LOTOS as a rather very positive direction to decline the prices for the customers. Why? Because if they will be bigger, so they position against, the suppliers of the crude oil is going to be better, And the third point is, these two, companies, being one, united, LOTOS and the PKN ORLEN, they are still very small against, if we look in, against British Petroleum, Shell and other corporations in the European Union. So the perspective which is applied by the European Commission is wrong, because the perspective applied to such cases should be viewed from the perspective of the entire European Union market. As we say, the common market, the one market, big European Union market. And this is kind of a, manipulation, arriving from the European Union, which in that special case, they are going to treat just Poland and the neighboring countries like a perspective for their decision. I don't like, the wording, decision. The decision of the Germans being in the European, Commission, it seems to be like, they are going to decide what we are going to do. This is not the approach in the free market economy should be applied. So this all, areas I highlighted and the arguments I delivered now indicates that, we are really under strong, manipulation, under strong, mechanisms to just protect, to just, limit development of the Polish economy. And I would like, highlight as well that this, the connection PKN ORLEN with the LOTOS will bring to the position that we create a company which will be very, have a very high capacity and the potential to develop in other areas of the energy sector, not only the crude oil or just oil or gas, right? But just any other, things like, creating a common activity around, developing the certain byproducts, additional products, which are used, for instance, construction of the highways and things like that.
Well, we are talking about company that's in the size potential will be fraction of the BP, yet the competition on the market is an important argument in that discussion. As far as I've heard, the LOTOS, the company that is going to be purchased by Orlen, is about to sell its airline fuel business that's called LOTOS Air, and this company will be a joint venture by Orlen and LOTOS and BP. And this is the compromise that European Commission came to, as that unconfirmed information. Reuters published it as far as yesterday. Anyway, still, LOTOS and Orlen are local companies. They are working on the Central and Eastern European markets. BP is a worldwide giant, and the rights of BP are being protected by European Commission.
Yeah, the negotiators on the side of the PKN ORLEN, the president Obajtek, is doing a good job. He's just trying, to negotiate in the way so that finally we approach this merging, right? So I think this trying, to compromise, saying yes, we will give you that part, and we will, obtain this one. PKN ORLEN is trying to solve the problem, and I don't see the European Commission is going to do that. And petroleum for the airlines, petroleum for the airlines, why, they are trying to keep control on that. Because they don't like our airlines, basically the lines and the airports developing in Poland and as well in the Frisian area, in neighboring countries, is going to be a competitive. They are just, again, from that perspective, they just try to protect the monopoly of the Lufthansa and the Air France, and we know that from as well other things which are going around this, not monopolize air traffic by Lufthansa and the Air France. Because if you look, the movement, the traffic, in the airlines in Poland and the neighboring countries is something like 20 or 30 much lower, or even more, than in Germany. And they don't like we go to the, level which is going to be competitive. Before the pandemic, the Polish airlines, they purchased, they were on the way to purchase, very big airlines in Germany, which was, as we remember, very much indeed, to attack, was under the attack of the Lufthansa. So we need to look in that process, in the processes going around in that area from the perspective of, again, Germany is going to really exercise the control not only over the Poland but as well over the Frisian area. And we don't like to help them. We don't like, to give up. Just go ahead and do our job.
Professor Zbigniew Krysiak, Warsaw School of Economics. Sir, thank you very much for this insight.
Thanks a lot.
That was it for Poland Daily Business tonight. Please watch us tomorrow, same time.